Hello everyone, we're finally getting back to CK3 after a bit of time away, doing conventions, and some nights are rather tired. Probably gonna have to spend the first part of tonight just kind of getting back into the swing of it and remembering where exactly we were. Just switch over to the game. I was apparently using CK3 capture hidden secrets the nightmare. So that's a thing. And continuing from, we've only got just over 4 centuries to go before we're at the EU4 start date. Alright, we've got some vassals that managed to break free. I think it might just be just Kalat Rabah that we need to worry about in the Hira. I love it's probably just gonna be grabbing all these tiny little counties. We're also currently over the domain limit, so grant some things to some people. Right, there we go. We're back under our domain limit. Our heir is unmarried. He's 22. Let's go for this alliance. Similar strength, and the Trolls actually get to be similar ages as well. And apparently at some point you weren't the head of the Banu Kazi dynasty. Fortunately, that has been dealt with. Alright, we need more fame. We'll start declaring wars again. Where's this sheet dome? Oh, it's in Navarra. Oh wait, that is... Yeah, right. We're Navarra. Never mind. You know, it's been a while. I'm not a fan of how often humans just spam me with advice. Or we can call a hunt, which will net some prestige. But only a little, as it turns out. I gotta wait to gain a bit more. I've got another child on the way. Unless you've got plenty of money. Any of these, it's more prestige. No, not particularly. As Prime Master, Isfar is late. He claims the Malka of Navarra. Real Isfaro. Oh, I guess I'm not the one that spent. I guess I'll swear on that spent the prestige. Because that would be way farther than the whole otherwise. Especially if we can gain some prestige off of that. I might as well at least go for de jure county first. Raise all armies. Turn down the game's incredibly loud music a little bit. Probably use a little bit of assistance. Let's call in just like one ally. Although it looks like their enemies are involved in multiple wars at once, so that's gonna put them at a bit of a disadvantage. Seems the game has decided to freeze for the moment. Okay, good. It's at least not crashing. Of course, we're gonna have peasants causing a problem. Speaking of causing a problem, armies suddenly have even more soldiers. So I guess we're calling in more of our allies. Well, at least I'm no longer overwhelmed by stress. It's now just a matter of waiting for our allies to show up. Well, that's an interesting glitch. There's some of them at least. Right, friendship. Actually forming a friendship causes stress, so daily management of my realm, I have learned several different opportunities I can pursue. Each opportunity has great potential, but realistically, I can only pursue one of them. I must determine which would ultimately give me the most value. So we've got Lost Tome. Help this guy manage his holdings or get some money. Go for the artifact. Oh, we got a very good book artifact. War Widows. They can fit out as a child and has pondered the attention of others in our lanes, those left by a recent war and misfortune to care for their children alone. Yeah, let's help them out. Cool, love that. Love getting defeated in a single battle. With hardly any of my allies lifting so much as a finger to help. Let's see, we've got empty council positions. Yeah, so need to deal with a couple more holdings. So I might as well just wait until all my armies have built back up. Roadside stall. Small carving. Eh. Our sickly son is no longer sickly. There better not be another dissolution faction. And the last one was bad enough. Well, that's why we're in this situation. And the game has decided to freeze for the second time tonight. We've got three things happening at court. Peddler in a cloak with dozens of baubles and knickknacks sewn onto it rattles up to me. All in the realm know you are addicted with ravenous desires, which bear the force of a trebuchet launched cataphracts. I have an artifact which shall lighten your burden. She reveals a chastity belt adorned with rusty spikes. Oh yeah, we have the lover's pox. Only make my loins burn another way. Going to be an exile from a faraway land, Prince Radislav has appeared in court, or accompanied by a vast array of exotic animals. And has already performed incredible works of charity throughout the streets of Tudela. The magnanimously wealthy foreigner has declared his intent to marry my daughter Ansa. Not just court is abuzz with enthusiasm for the exotic prince, but not everyone is convinced. My courtier Briska claims to have never heard of the distant land. The foreigner claims to be from it and cannot find it on any maps. She, along with several other like-minded followers, has denounced Prince Radoslav as a charlatan and insists that we punish him for attempting to deceive Ansa into marrying a lowborn. Well, I mean, he's Radislav, fabulous he, Radislav, Trubetskoy. And also, I mean, it would be a matrilineal marriage, so at least the kids will all be I'm cynical, so I'll just go with Briska's right. To the dungeon with him. Yes, while we're here, we'll hear the petitioners. Is it the man who approaches my throne is clearly a commoner? My lord, he begins his speech. I represent the local community of Tudela. In the last few months, our cemeteries have been plagued with the disappearance of bodies. All have been dug up and left no trace. At first, we feared wild animals or obscure powers at work, but then, in your own court, her physician Briska was caught red-handed hauling the dead away for her experiments. please put a stop to this blasphemy. Please see. Take a hit to popular opinion. Gain dread and lose court ranger. Why didn't you invite me, Vriska? My vassal, Sheikh Habib, glances around before stepping forward to nurse voices petition. My liege, I seek your aid in combating the issue of tax collection not working in Dania. He pauses aside. I can't fix the problem with the resources I have. I ask for any aid you can spare. I can give you some gold to solve the problem. You just throw money at it. Willie Jose approaches me with a straighter posture than usual and visibly eager about what he has to say. Release, the people in your realm need the occasional joyous this gathering where they forget their stresses. I would gladly finance a feast, even if held under your name, as if it's the good of Navarra that would duly expect a favor or a recompense. Perhaps we can arrange something more agreeable. My business here is done. I should be able to try again. Take Kalat Rabah. Just a few months. Just one more month and we'll have our leaves fully stocked back up. Or, the cap could be continually growing larger. Like checking, make sure I'm not breaking a truce. I am not. However, if I wait just a few more months, I can go for forced vassalization. Finally, he can do this. Raise all armies. Let's call in. Couple allies right from the start. Just to make sure. Seem to be constantly able to just manifest more soldiers out of nowhere. So, and of course the game is once again frozen. Like I restarted my computer, so it can't be for lack of RAM. Deciding to be a pain for no real reason. As I turn my castle grounds, as a peasant, as an elder approaches me, Great Lord, please have mercy upon us and save our village from the tyranny of Count Lorenzo Valladolid. He has neglected our settlement for too long. Young people yearn for a new ruler. They yearn for you, Lord. I'm sorry, but your people will have to fend for themselves. Overcome with drunkenness and lust, Sheikha Gadina, the wife of my spy master, Sheikh Swearo, and I find ourselves alone, her arms around me, her lips against my neck. We quench the fires that was burning our chests and our loins. Her husband must not be allowed to know, and that is without mentioning my own wife. Let's make the most out of this moment. I think so. Those guys are all over there busy with... Or we could arbitrarily get involved with people that aren't even our enemy. Why did you even fight them, you idiots? They were not even who we are supposed to be fighting. And of course the game was frozen yet again. Like, why are these guys even... Like, what happened to the enemy of my enemy is my friend? And why is it the enemy of my enemy is a fucking asshole? Oh, and apparently the Vacillation War has been invalidated. And, of course they managed to, get another like 7,000 troops out of their fucking ass. As once again, so... Yeah, because they just hire mercenaries every fucking time. Vineyards. Guess we're burning them to cinders. gonna continually murder the Lord Mayors until all the ideally this entire bullshit republic crumbles in its own instability. I guess really, we could just beat them at their own game. We've got quite a bit of gold. My name is Enrique, my lord. I have come before you with to offer my wisdom. Approach the castle wearing a donkey, my lord. Backwards. I don't have time for fools. Time to get in a new court position. And Fernando has contracted leprosy. I'll leave it up to him and what choice he wants. Oh, and it got worse. Currently we're in the compromise phase. Just gotta gain a little bit more prestige. Let's see if I can go on a hunt or anything. Up here, Maris has learned the East Slavic language. I can put that book in our court. Or we can call a hunt. Let's keep up appearances. I've gained the trait Novice Hunter. And suddenly Force Vassalization isn't even there. You're fantastic. Right, just gonna teach them a lesson of the power of the mercenary spam. Our children has come of age. Oh wow, we're just tearing through them now. If only we could be getting, a little bit more than just a single county. Yeah, this whole deal. And also, if only the game would stop freezing. That would also be great. Especially when your enemies are able to use the freezing to their advantage. Stop them again over here. Yep, tear through their defenses over here. When the raised voices reach me again, I quit my instinct to turn my heel. Let's see. Blame out Swearo. I wait patiently on my throne for the arrival of Sheikh Habib, who was soon announced and ushered her before me. He kneeled in deference as the attendants bring forth his gifts and gifts of coin and precious objects. The oath is taken, and scribes record his pledges to serve Malachite of Navarra. As Sheikh Habib stands, he stumbles awkwardly, for gasps in unison as he falls, ending sprawled at my feet, cheeks flushed with embarrassment. See, I can for either you're also all that matter to me, or what a shambles. Okay, so pretty much the only difference is that he spends twice as much prestige and loses 10 opinion because of the insult. But I'm gonna give him the nickname the Stumbler. And that was Ordonio the Fourth's last act is naming that guy the Stumbler. There have been clashes. Yeah. Let's spread some hatred discreetly. Alright, so Ordonio the fifth is still only a child. Well, a teenager more like it, so bossy, vengeful, cynical, and arbitrary. I mean, it seems like I'm doing better with Marshall than with stewardship. Oh, not the crocodile tapestry. We should get ourselves a betrothed. Alliance power. Well, this will give us the strongest alliance. And so let's go for that. Gotta start my council up again. And negotiate an alliance. The Bazan versus. No problem with the Bazan family. A commissioned by Sheikh Ladron, complete with elegant depictions of his reputed ancestors and their deeds. these mercenaries are expiring. Yeah, the war is already over, so no, they don't really matter that much. Power in the cloak with dozens of baubles. My lord, I have an artifact of grand illusion with which you may convince all you possess magical power. She brandishes a colorful magic worm, a colorful fabric worm on a very thin string. It appears dormant at first, but by manipulating the thread, one can affect the illusion the worm has come to life. Think of how this will impress the ladies at court. I do enjoy some wriggling. My mother, delicate and has been getting more irritable by the day as I sit on my throne, contemplating the possible causes. Though herself storms towards me, just as she used to when I had misbehaved as a child. Ordonio, my son, and you've got to do something about your incompetent and oversearched servants. Don't you care what people think of you? This is no way for Malik to present himself. At this rate, you will be the laughingstock of Navarra, nay, all the Basque. Let's see. We can go for just jumping up to decent fashion. Yes, Mama, I will fix it. We wait. Where was a string? A toy which would probably impress an infant child. You are not at least 18 years old. But that's the requirement to equip it. Like, it's the adults only worm on a string. I must find these cheese Vikings, just as my ancestors have done before me. And of course, the game's gotta freeze again. I wonder if maybe I should check to make sure that in between streams, I should check to make sure that my computer's hardware is doing all right. Well, that's a shame. Seems there's nobody I can convince during me in dispatching, managing with this piece of shit. And the game has once again been frozen. Why howdy is it being... Blink is a really cool friend. Is a really good friend. Whenever we spend time together, I always enjoy myself, and she understands me like no one does. Even though we're such great friends, sometimes I wonder if I do not want more from our relationship. Oh, that's our aunt. Probably should have checked that before I clicked the button. Oh, time to rally the troops because some assholes decided to try and start a revolution. Or the hostile faith, so we can't. And can't rely on our holy order. Misguided warrior, rough terrain expert, twin, and quick. Hope even without the holy order, we're still carrying through them. And once again, the game is frozen. Check to make sure I'm not running too many excess programs. I don't really have anything running beyond what I usually do. When I'm streaming, so it's worked with this game before. Like this save file even, so it can't be a matter of an update happening because this is still the old version. And since the newer ones aren't compatible with the save file. Right, finally. Now arbitrary, cynical, and vengeful. Now let's go for authority focus. You know, focus on holding this Malekith together by force. Gonna have to, one thing, get more spouses. We currently have too few. Bring in Mir Philippe. Forming alliances with all of these puny little kingdoms. Because you just need more spouses. Yes, I'm just going after, you know, the most, as it gets the most alliance power. It just happens to not be a lot. Contract expiring. A couple empty council positions. And we've got temple. Grant to a local. Sterling, he's noble. He is back down to our new lower holdings cap. Okay, we've got quite a bit of thieves to work with. Still got truce. A couple of Araba. Hold court real quick. No strings attached, the liege demands it. My lord, I regret to inform you that the religious situation in my lands is out of control. I prefer to make my subjects see the light of our true faith. But too many of them persist in their wrong beliefs. I beg of you to use your authority and power to help me. Before the court orders underway, my chancellor pulls me aside. To my surprise, he is brandishing a garish gauntlet. My lord, there will so many attending your court. I know you are somewhat challenged in remembering every face and reason from whence it hails. I propose a solution. You require all of the court to wear a dress which includes local style recognizable to all. He flies a cap up to me. For those without no clear regional fashions, I have taken the liberty of hiring a tailor who can suggest some new traditional garb for them to wear. I never forget a face. I shall be fine. And I was. I gained 300 diplomacy lifestyle experience. But weirdly enough, that was the last. Last one for that particular her court session. All the tiles that were in line for are still already in our realm. Oh, let's see. My dear grandson, I call on you to honor our alliance and join me in the war against the tyranny of Emir Hermas. Oh well, if it's against Zinzir, then I am absolutely game. Anything to make the situation worse for Zinzir. I would pretty much immediately have a child on the way. And we're immediately getting our asses kicked by fucking Zinzir. As two of my courtiers here logging, hunting, squabbling, both with heavy dark circles beneath their eyes. My lord, I can't share a bit of the fear here night longer. He's an insatiable swine, and the way he hogs the blanket. And not a night this week has passed where I hasn't recounted in detail a recurring dream about a register from when he tried to number all donkey carts in the realm. Melishars, I entreat you, grant us better lodgings. I dream of nothing more than a cold, empty bed. Of course, do not befit these lodgings. Let's hire some mercenaries to back us up. Bustling of an inn, a fine cider, a calm evening after a long day of crane. My tankard was knocked out of my hand by a mercenary, reeling from a blow, and all hope of relaxation drains away into the floor along with his cider. Please, my lord, the innkeeper begged. Those thugs have been drinking me dry without paying for days. Their fighting is scaring off the staff and guests. The Bellum Justum serve the crown or stalwart leader. Let's go for Bellum Justum. And our first child was stillborn. I'm leading a patrol when we spot a group of figures emerging from the darkness of night. Hooded cloaks obscure their faces. But by anyone's ungainly gait, I recognize it. Paleo, my Farid. My lord, our whispers of my men. They're deserting. What should we do? Apprehend them immediately. 93% chance of success. A short scuffle. The deserting soldiers are apprehended. Every soldier present, both loyal and not, to know that punishment for this kind of betrayal can be harsh. The air is thick with anticipation and fear. My lord, Paleo, now meets my gaze with tired eyes. They're only children. We just want to go home. You'll be scrubbing latrines for months. And I got... let's see. What kind of men at arms do I even have? Like horsemen, bowmen, onagers, and pikemen. Guess let's go for organized march. So it's or Zata. Passing through Valencia, a peasant woman offers me a refreshing mug of milk with a taste sweeter than anything I've tasted before. What's this marvelous drink you've offered me? I ask, which she responds, milk from an earth almond. There's no person who could resist the allure of this concoction on a hot summer day, no child who could avoid smiling when offered a mug, and no Valencian without a sweet tooth for it. This beverage isn't milk, it's gold. I will not fall for the temptation of this drink. Begone. And of course, we managed to lose after I'd already hired mercenaries. I think Cruise is over, so let's... call Sarkusa in as well. Let's call a couple allies in, just in case. And now I've got multiple old children on the way. An extra hand for all the authority I supposedly wield as Malik. I can't be everywhere in my realm at once. There will always be those who forget to obey my orders once my attention is turned elsewhere. This is where my uncle, Prince Pierre, this could come in, and who has been faithfully enforcing my decrees without his own domain. I mean, could he serve as my right-hand man and take a more active role in administering my realm? Yeah, sure. It's now... I have 2 children. If studied the Basque language for many moons. I personally penned this missive using the Basque script. A letter of friendship from a speaker of Arabic. Ha! His vain attempt to gain glory is laughable. I'm specifically saying that because it's this fool. If I let him start getting good with me, then that will just get in the way of taking back the land that's rightfully mine. And of course the game has frozen once again. I'll say might just call tonight's stream like an hour early. Which would mean ending at 1 a.m. in 20 minutes rather than another hour, because I've just got this constant onslaught of the game freezing, and it's getting kind of annoying. Another child. Okay, so there's no longer action to install Prince Bernard on the throne. Accept that invitation. Alright, hold court once again. Miranda and her mother approached cautiously, wary of the assembled court. My lord, I am sure Ursula the Malika is trying to harm my mother. I have no evidence, but I suspect he could be. But given his reputation for villainy, comes Venezuela Ishash's throat. I beg you, imprison Habib and put a stop to this madness. By Allah, he must be stopped. In a brief moment of silence, I see Piara as it sprang his arms before realizing that it's his turn to speak. My liege, she says, giving him precious time to finalize his thoughts before continuing. Smiles and laughter are a great indicator for a lively court. Thus, I have a suggestion for someone who would make a great jester to entertain us who could come to visit. My liege, if I may, Tybalt speaks up from the sidelines. A jester will ruin the sophisticated atmosphere of this court and replace its refinement with crude, infantile humor. can play the jester. You know what? Tybalt can be the jester. The arrows thick with anticipation as my vessel, he Philippe, to purchase me. My lord, I came with grave news, but with a solution to fix this problem. Becoming increasingly clear that Andalusians and Basque are becoming more, perhaps even too similar. It's paramount now that we show them that it's us Basque who are at the forefront of innovation. And let's arrange for an exhibit to show off our greatest accomplishments. Let's see, what should we do next? I think this is probably our best opportunity to start expanding a bit aggressively. You know what? What if it's time for Zinzir to truly burn? We're not exalted among men yet, so we can't just invade the entire kingdom. Hmm. Maybe we should try and shoot for that. You know, call some hunts and everything. That hardly did anything. It's just gonna go for everything that gets us more prestige. Even if it means insulting some people along the way. I'd love a feline companion. What a shambles. So we need less than 1,000 more to reach level of illustrious. Let's see. Gallant gets monthly prestige plus 20%. Let's grab Stalwart Leader and get started on that. Granted, we may end up actually having completed this goal all by the time we actually get to that point. But we might as well try. Oh hey! One of her vassals managed to bring that last bit of that land back into the fold. So we can truly focus our efforts. Efforts on building up our fame so that we can just take Zero out in one fell swoop. Not giving the cat away. That's a new quarter artifact. Yeah, sure, I'll sponsor this inspiration to go off to Tibet. Peasant rabble. Oh, my Sir Emir Philippe through himself highly capable, especially in administrative matters. There's some projects I would like to undertake in the sheet of Toledo, my liege. With your blessing, of course. Nope, because that would cost me prestige. Inspiration funded. The time has come for me to depart my adventure, my Malik. My beneficiary, Abdul Azim, he bows as well as he can, and will wait, handed down by heavy bags. Before I leave, please tell me, is there anything specific you want me to keep an eye peeled for during my journey? I trust your instincts bring me something great. Mostly because I don't know what any of those specific options do off the top of my head. Wisdom and Mercy are legendary. Okay. I've ridden, taken aim, and struck so many times that things I thought nothing could upset my rhythm. As I take yet another gallop, down the practice range, a commotion I can't fully see makes my horse rear up. For an instant, momentum keeps me pinned to the back of the horse as it starts shaking. Then, as if time is flowing slowly, I can feel myself becoming dislodged. Calm down, boy, calm down. I can feel myself being thrown left and right, but no motion can make me loosen my grasp on the reins and the saddle. My commands eventually soothe the horse, and the animal soon back to stomping eagerly on the hard-packed ground as stable as ever. It's another 100 martial experience, expansion of trading ports and all that kind of. It's made a thriving hub for Jewish people also all in Iberia. A member of a major Redinite trading family has been bringing in more and more of his people. Soon it will be the very heart of the vast Jewish trade network across Iberia. What a fine development. And a traveler claiming to be employed under my beneficiary Abdul Azim brought before me carrying a message from the adventurer. Fear not, my great lord, for Abdul Azim is in good health. But I bring you news of the possibility to find an even greater adventure. You see, Abdul Azim took a wrong turn somewhere and is now near Gang. Abdul Azim, his traveling companion, unfurls a dirty map to show me where they ended up. He has enough to enough funds to make it to bed as planned, but suggests that with some additional funding, he can chase up on a local rumor and bring home a great artifact. Life is an adventure. Explore the area for artifacts. Well, time for peasants. Time for peasants to die. More specifically. And time for, let's say, one last freeze. Since it's 12:54, I'm rather tired, so I'm just gonna call it a night in the next like 6 minutes. My lord, a message from your adventurer Abdul Azim, the servant says, handing me a scroll. My search has led me to the plains of Zagang, and they are notoriously boar infested, but I have good reason to think that my goal is near. Expect my return soon. Signed, Abdul Azim. The name of the scroll reads, he surely is ambitious to choose such a risky path. Abdul Azim's knowledge should be enough to keep him safe. And it did. Why can he not leave me in peace? I can next call a hunt in November of next year. And it has frozen again. Let's grab chivalric dominance. think I'll just call it here. So thank you to everyone who stopped by. Next stream is planned. Next stream in general is planned for I'm not sure what I'm gonna be streaming on Tuesdays for the time being, as you know, I want to take a bit of a break from The Sims 3 between seasons. So maybe Victoria 3, maybe something else, because you know we're close enough to finishing CK3 that I think I might save Hickey 3 for sort of the interim between CK3 and EU4, so that we're not, you know, doing two Paradox Grand Strategy games in the same week. But next CK3 stream, well, and it was planned for next Thursday. Yeah, might also do something Saturday. Yeah, depending on what all I'm able to put together. Because I know I was at least thinking about checking in on Salem Online. See if my character has been released from his prison. But you know, if he hasn't been, then that would be a very, then I would need something else lined up. Let me see who else is live with CK3. So that I can find somebody to raid. Alright, looks like there's a few people. Let's go with this person.